This is my first attempt at a book review. I'm going to talk about a book that I love, John le Carré's Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. So, John le Carré was actually, his name was David Cornwell, and he was a spy for the British. In his late 20s, early 30s, he wrote a book called The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. I read the book years ago, and I hated it. I hated it primarily because I disliked le Carré's writing of women. It didn't ring true to me, it didn't feel authentic, and I just didn't like it. And so I didn't pick up John le Carré for a very long time. About a decade later, I picked up his book, The Constant Gardener. And oh my God, like what an absolute, just a beautiful book and a poignant and heartbreaking book. The description and the characterization of the female protagonist was excellent. And I realized, oh my gosh, I should not have dismissed this writer. He's phenomenal. And so then I proceeded to read everything else that John le Carré had ever written. I tried to pace myself because I didn't want to run out of books. And then I proceeded to read Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. The most amazing thing about Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy is the protagonist, George Smiley. He is a phenomenally good character. He's brilliant and compassionate, and he sees the world with a clear-eyed view, with one exception, and that is his wife, who he never stopped loving despite her infidelity. He is retired from the intelligence service at the beginning of the book, and he's brought back in because there is a high-level mole in the British intelligence organization. And so George is brought back in to try to figure out who this could be. Now, he's been with the agency his entire career, so he is he knows the players very well. He knows all of the people that it could possibly be, and he has really deep relationships with all of them on various levels. And so as he goes about conducting this investigation, just slowly peeling back what could be happening, it's remarkable. The book is absolutely remarkable. It's spellbinding. There have been a number of attempts to try to put this into film. Very good and difficult parts about all of the attempts, but possibly the thing that can never be captured in any of the TV or film adaptations is the inner working of George Smiley's mind. He's so perceptive, and John le Carré, he has these incredible just moments of precision in describing, this observation of human nature. And I remember when I read this book for the first time, my breath would just catch. I would just be like, oh, as he would make these observations about people. A really phenomenal writer. I just adore John le Carré. And I highly recommend Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. It's an oldie, but a really good book, and it's one of my go-tos. I just love this book. Similarly, I love the last book in this particular Carla trilogy, Smiley's People. So if you're going to grab two John le Carré books, start with Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. I'm not as much a fan of The Honorable Schoolboy, which is next, but I really liked Smiley's People. Like, that's also breathtaking. And in that book, in order to beat his enemy, Smiley has to become him. So, phenomenal book. Like, George Smiley, I love George Smiley. Read it.